Yeah, we back. Yeah, we back. Now, I said I was going to do this video, right? I said I was going to do this video. We're going to talk about the history of white males, European American males being taken out by their own people. Now, if I would have done this video, speaking in terms of, global history, world history in totality, we'd be here for hours if we talk about the history of white males being taken out by their own people. Now, of course, this video was inspired by the recent elimination of Charlie Kirk. And of course, they tried to break it down into a political battle, right versus left. But we know that essentially it was a story of a white man being taken out by his own people. Ironically, a white man who spent a disproportionate amount of time talking about black men being taken out by our own people. He talked at length, oh man, the black man, the most dangerous thing for the black man is another black man, the most, oh my God, right? And he ended up getting taken out by his own people. So we're going to talk about the history of white men being taken out by their own people, right? It's only right. It's only right. The same way conservatives love talking about the black community, love giving their 2 cents. So listen, it's time for some black men to get on the microphone and start talking about the white community. So today we're going to talk about white men being taken out by their own people. It's an American tradition. When you really examine history from the very beginning of this country, it's an American tradition for white men to be taken out by their own people, right? And ironically, some of these men also died under similar circumstances as Charlie Kirk. Now, what do I mean by that? Some of the men on this list we're going to talk about today also spent an abnormal amount of time talking about black men, worried about the black community, right? Who are staunch segregationists and white supremacists. And they ended up getting shot, and they ended up getting killed by their own people, ended up getting paralyzed, put in a wheelchair by their own people. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. You spent all that time worried about the black man. Then the white man come around the corner and bust you in the head. It's crazy. It's an American tradition. Anyway, let's jump into the video, man. Let's talk about some of these individuals who were taken out by their own people. Now, number one on the list, we're going to start with Alexander Hamilton, right? We're going to talk about Alexander Hamilton, one of the founding fathers of the United States. Like I said, it's an American tradition. Even the founding fathers were taken out by their own people. Now, this is somebody who served in government, right? The United States Secretary of the Treasury, the senior officer in the United States, Revolutionary Army, right? And even with all those accomplishing accolades, he was still taken out by his own people, right? Take a look up on the screen. This is the individual who took his life, Aaron Burr. Yes, Aaron Burr, another high-ranking individual during that time, right? Basically, this was white on white crime, but it was basically white elite versus white elite crime. You have one white elite, right? Aaron Burr, who shoots and kills another white elite, Alexander Hamilton. Got taken out by his own people. Now, Aaron Burr, during that time, United States Senator from New York, Vice President of the United States, Attorney General of New York, member of the New York State Assembly from New York County. You know what I mean? So obviously also well accomplished in his own right. Now, take a look up on the screen. Aaron Burr shot Alexander Hamilton in the abdomen. Alexander Hamilton's shot hit a tree branch above and behind Burr's head. Hamilton was transported across the Hudson River for treatment, where he died the following day, right? So these guys had a duel, right? And back during that time, a duel is when two men would come together, right? Because usually it's about respect or honor. So I assume in this situation, Aaron Burr felt like Alexander Hamilton disrespected him as a man, disrespected his honor. So they met up in a secret place and they had a shootout, right? And during that shootout, Alexander Hamilton was shot and killed by his own people. Now let's continue. The next person on the list we're going to talk about is the attempted assassination of Andrew Jackson, right? Take a look up on the screen. On January 30th, 1835, President Andrew Jackson was leaving a funeral at the U.S. Capitol when he was confronted by Richard Lawrence, an unemployed house painter. Lawrence attempted to shoot Jackson with two separate pistols, but both misfired. Now, as you can see, the long-standing tradition in American society of these individuals getting taken out by their own people. Now, next up on the list, we got, of course, Abraham Lincoln. We don't got to spend too much time. We already know Abraham Lincoln got taken out by his own people. Now, during that time, they could have probably said, oh, the shooter was radicalized by the Confederate ideology. Oh, the shooter was radicalized by the radical Confederates, by the radical right. Right? Listen, man, these guys been taking out their own people. Let's continue. Next up on the list, we got James Garfield, the 20th president of the United States of America. Take a look up on the screen. President Garfield was struck by two shots. One glanced off his arm while the other pierced his back, shattering a rib and embedding itself in his abdomen. Now, this was the assassin, Charles Guido. Take a look up on the screen. Charles Guido was an American man who assassinated President James Garfield in 1881. A mentally ill failed lawyer, Guido delusionally believed that he had played a major role in Garfield's election victory, for which he should have been rewarded a consulship. Guido felt frustrated and offended by the Garfield's administration's rejections of his applications to serve in Vienna or Paris to such a degree that he decided to kill President Garfield and shot him at the Baltimore and Potomac Railroad Station in Washington, D.C. Like I said, man, your own people. Oh, yeah, it was your own people. Listen, I might come out with t-shirts, man. I might come out with some merchandise, man. Your own people, right? We're going to have the your own people t-shirts, your own people hoodies and all that, man. Your own people. Yeah, got taken out by your own people. Let's continue. Next up on the list, we're going to talk about William McKinley, right? William McKinley, President William McKinley. Take a look up on the screen. McKinley enjoyed meeting the public and was reluctant to accept the security available to his office. Secretary to the president, George Cortelyou, feared that an assassination attempt would take place during a visit to the Temple of Music and took it off the schedule twice, but McKinley restored it each time. Leon Czolgosz had lost his job during the economic panic of 1893 and turned to anarchism, a political philosophy adhered to by contemporary assassins of foreign leaders. He regarded McKinley as a symbol of oppression and was convinced that it was his duty as an anarchist to kill him. He was unable to get near the president during an earlier visit, but he shot him twice as McKinley reached to shake his hand at the reception line at the temple. One bullet grazed McKinley, the other entered his abdomen and was never found. Right now, this is the individual who shot him, Leon Czolgosz, probably some guy of Eastern European ancestry, your own people, regardless. I don't care if he's from Eastern Europe, Western Europe, Southern Europe. It was your own people. Oh, yeah, it was your own people. Yeah, let's continue. Next up on the list, we got Huey Long, United States Senator from Louisiana, right? Now, take a look up on the screen. On September 8th, 1935, Huey Long traveled to the state capitol to pass a bill that would gerrymander the district of an opponent, Judge Benjamin Pavey, who had held his position for 28 years. At 9:20 p.m., just after the passage of the bill effectively removed Pavey, the judge's son-in-law, Carl Weiss, approached Huey Long, and according to the generally accepted version of events, he fired a single shot with a handgun from 4 feet away, striking Long in the torso. Now, this was the assassin responsible for the death of United States Senator from Louisiana, Huey Long. Like I said, it's your own people. Like I said, man, everywhere you going around looking for the big black boogeyman, but everywhere you turn, it's your own people. It's your own people every single time, right? It's your own people. I forget the exact statistic. I believe every 8 out of 10 murders in the white community is committed at the hands of a white man. Like every 8 out of 10 people in the white community that get killed is killed by a white man. You know what I'm saying? But they're worried about the big black boogeyman. And when you look at the history of all these prominent individuals taken out by their own people, it was a white man on the other end of the gun pulling the trigger. It be your own people every single time, man. But they worry about the black man. They worry about the black man, but it's their own people. Oh, yeah, it was your own people. That's what Charlie Kirk said in reverse. He said the same thing to the black community. He said, listen, it's your own people, right? It's your own people. But then when you bring out the mirror, you realize, man, it's your own people. It's your own people, bro, every single time. We're not even going to talk about the 2977 in this video. We don't got to talk about the 2977 because once you start adding in all the other crimes, then you realize that the big black boogeyman should be the least of your concerns, man. If you think about it, the number one perpetrator of criminality in your community is the man in the mirror. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's a shame that some individuals couldn't understand that. And they wasted so much time of their short time on earth worried about the black man. They're worried about what the black man was doing. Wasted their time on earth worried about other men without realizing that the number one threat to your life was the individual standing right next to you, right? It's truly insane. Anyway, let's continue. Next up on the list is the attempted assassination of President Roosevelt, right? The attempted assassination. Take a look up on the screen. In 1912, Theodore Roosevelt was campaigning for president as the candidate for the Progressive Party when he was shot by John Schrank. Roosevelt survived the assassination attempt largely because his thick speech manuscript and a steel eyeglass case in his jacket pocket slowed down the bullet, preventing it from reaching his heart. Now, this was the assassin, or the attempted assassin anyway, John Schrank, right? Like I said, it's your own people. Anyway, let's continue. Next up on the list, we have George Lincoln Rockwell. Yes, indeed. Now, this one definitely reminds me of Charlie Kirk a lot right here. Take a look up on the screen. George Lincoln Rockwell was an American neo-Nazi political activist who founded the American Nazi Party and became one of the most notorious white supremacists in the United States until his assassination in 1967. His beliefs, strategies, and writings have continued to influence many white supremacists and neo-Nazis. Rockwell coined the expression white power, which was also the title of his posthumously published political manifesto. He viewed blacks as subhuman and claimed they were prone to violence and were a danger to society. Wow. Now, that's why I say it reminds me of the unfortunate circumstance that occurred last week, because like I said, this guy was somebody who, like they said, founded the American Neo-Nazi Party, was an outspoken and proud out and about white supremacist. And while he was on Earth, he spent all his time worried about what the black man is doing. The black man is dangerous. The black man is prone to violence. The black man is a danger to society, right? And then take a look up on the screen. On August 25th, 1967, Rockwell was shot and killed in Arlington, Virginia by John Patler, a former member of the American Neo-Nazi Party, right? This is the assassin right here. This is the assassin right here. That's why I say these individuals spend all their time on Earth, their short time on Earth. We don't got too much time on Earth. We only here for a few minutes, right? We only here for a short time on Earth. And these guys, instead of enjoying the short time given to them in their existence, they spend their time worried about what the black man is doing, where the black man is going, what type of dinner the black man had last night, what type of shampoo the black man be using, right? Just all type of this homoerotic obsession with black men, this homoerotic obsession with black men. And instead of focusing on their own issues in their own community, right? They spend all their time focused on us just to get shot and killed by your own people. It's truly insane. Anyway, let's continue. Next up on the list, we're going to talk about the attempted assassination on President Gerald Ford. Now, apparently, two different women on two separate occasions tried to kill President Gerald Ford, right? So two different white women. Now, that hit different. When your own women try to take you out, that's different. You see, when it comes from, your fellow brother, that's expected. But when your own women try to take you out, that's crazy. Taken out by your own women, that's unbelievable. Let's continue. So in San Francisco on September 22nd, 1975, Sarah Jane Moore attempted to assassinate the president of the United States, Gerald Ford, after he had made an address to the World Affairs Council. Moore fired 2 shots at the president with a .38 special, but both had missed. Ford had survived a previous assassination attempt 17 days earlier. Right now, just in the same month, right? This was the lady that tried to kill him, Sarah Jane Moore. But just a couple weeks before that, another woman tried to kill him, right? Take a look up on the screen. On September 5th, 1975, Lynette Fromm, a member of the Manson family, attempted to assassinate United States President Gerald Ford. Fromm, who was standing a little more than arm's length from the president, pointed a pistol at him in the public grounds of the California State Capitol building, and without chambering a round in the gun, unsuccessfully attempted to fire. Right now, this is the lady right here who tried to kill him a couple weeks before. So this guy had a very unlucky, few weeks where 2 different white women tried to shoot him dead in the street. That's crazy. Your own women tried to take you out, bro. Let's continue. Next up on the list, we're going to talk about former governor of Alabama, George Wallace. Right now, he was famous for a speech that he made back in the day, right? Take a look up on the screen.
And I say segregation now, segregation tomorrow, and segregation forever.
Now, once again, this individual, George Wallace, former governor of Alabama, was another one of these guys who, instead of enjoying the short life that he had on this earth, right, enjoying some good food, enjoying the company of a beautiful woman, congregating amongst your brothers, having, intelligent conversation, he decided to spend an abnormal amount of his time focused on the black community and what the black man is doing and this, that, and the third. You can see in that speech that he gave, he said, segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever, right? Instead of enjoying life, he was another one of these guys who had a homoerotic obsession with the black community and was just obsessed with the black community and ended up getting shot down by his own people, right? It's crazy, man. These guys spend all their time worried about what the black man doing just to get chopped down by their own people. It's truly unbelievable. Anyway, take a look up on the screen. On May 15, 1972, Wallace was shot 4 times by Arthur Bremer while campaigning at the Laurel Shopping Center in Maryland at a time when he was receiving high ratings in national opinion. Now, Arthur Bremer is an American convicted criminal who attempted to assassinate U.S. Democratic presidential candidate George Wallace on May 15th, 1972, leaving Wallace permanently paralyzed, right? So, as you can see, this guy spent all his time worried about what the black community's doing, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever, just to get put in a wheelchair by your own people. God damn, man, what is up with these guys worried about what we doing just to get chopped down by their own people? What is up with that? I don't understand that, man. I really don't understand that. But anyways, I'm not going to be here too long, man. I could have made this video extra long. I even cut out some other folks just to not make it so long. But if we had spoken about this like on a global level and not just on an American level, we would have been here for hours, man. We'd be here for hours. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But anyway, I'm not going to be here too long. It's your boy Neferkari. That's Salim back in the Billy S and D. Cash App in the description. Second single off the next project, The Spy in Bamako. Pin comment at the top. Subscribe to the Patreon, NTD1814, and I'm gone. Peace. Feel like they see me, I feel like I'm Saudi or ran up on Yan in the middle of Bamako. Enemy line, they claiming they innocent. Don't do no talking, I gotta move militant. Don't do no talking, I hit them with facts. 1804, bringing it back. 1804 like I'm Mother Cap Henry. King with the vision, the crown never empty. Top of the mountain, my soldiers defend me. Ducking and dodging the foreign intelligence. Hitting my dance on the DGSE. Dodging they traps, still on my feet. Feeling impeccable, feel like I'm shining. Go to my neck and I'm flooded with diamonds. Go to my neck and I feel like a mess. Feel like a lion, I'm in the savannah. Feel like the king when I'm up in the jungle. Never defeated, I never been humble. Come out victorious every encounter. Money machine give me help when I count it. Money machine stack it up in a beat. Heart of a king and I ride for the team. Weight of the world got it stuck on my shoulders. Bet you can feel it, my heart getting colder. Yeah, gotta stay focused so when it's in shots, I gotta react. Cause I'm a target, I'm under attack. Grabbing a weapon, I tell him get back. Mission exposed, secrets unfold. Enemy try, but I'm still in control. Got your boy sitting in Bamako prison. Hoping they wish we sending them home. Enemy know that we good under pressure. Been through the thunderous, turbulent storm. Shorty a diamond, I told her she precious. Hop in a whip and I'm taking her home. Hop in a whip and I'm swerving, I'm smashed. Killing my enemies, one of my passion. Rocking this gold like we in bikini. Feel like the captain, I'm clutching a heater. Yeah, gotta stay focused so when it's in shots, I gotta react. Cause I'm a target, I'm under attack. Grabbing a weapon, I tell her get back. Mission exposed, secrets unfold. Enemy try, but I'm still in control. Got your boy sitting in Bamako prison. Hoping and wishing we sending them home. Enemy know that we good under pressure. Been through the thunderous, turbulent storm. Shorty a diamond, I told her she precious. Hop in a whip and I'm taking her home. Hop in a whip and I'm swerving, I'm smashed. Killing my enemies, one of my passion. Rocking this gold like we in bikini. Feel like the captain, I'm clutching a heater.